We get into a relationship and we think that it's gonna last forever, right? But it only lasts as long as both parties are putting their energy into it. As soon as one party stops putting their energy into it, it's going to crumble. Now, that doesn't mean that the other party isn't lovable or isn't worthy of being in a happy relationship. It just means that that person isn't able to give the relationship the energy that it needs to thrive. Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me here today. If you're new, I'm Amanda. Welcome to the channel where we are all about shattering the mental health stigma. If you haven't already, please make sure you make sweet, sweet love to that subscribe button. Give the bell a few kisses so you're not missing any of this content designed to help you with your mental health or help you help someone else. Today I'm going to be reacting to The Recovery by James Arthur, which may be a bit poetic since I just had my 4-year recovery anniversary. I can only assume that the topic has something to do with that, but hey, you know, I've made a fool of myself before for assuming. So that is just my prediction, but I don't know anything about the song. I don't know anything about James Arthur, but this is a request from my lovely Patreon, Eric. Thank you so much for your love and support. Before we dive into this reaction today, I want to say thank you to the sponsor of today's video, The Coldest. I live in Arizona. It was 112 degrees outside yesterday. And let me tell you, if you put your water in a normal bottle, even if you put ice in it, it gets hot within maybe a chore or two. If I'm out running errands, it takes me maybe going to the grocery store and going to the post office or something for my water to already be hot. This has kept my water cold for 3 days. I put water in there. I put ice in there. I can be outside. I've left it outside next to the pool while I'm swimming with my son, and it's still freaking cold 3 days later. So I am so grateful not only to have the video sponsored so that I have more support for my mental health outreach, but I got this adorable pink bottle, which is going to be my lifesaver this summer. So make sure to check out in the link below, The Coldest. Use the code MENTAL10 for 10% off your order. If you're in Arizona like me, or if your summer's starting to kick up, you do not want to be without this. It is amazing. But like I said, today we are going to be reacting to The Recovery by James Arthur. Let's dive in. I'm thirsty.
I don't wanna play this game no more. I don't wanna play it. I don't wanna stay around here no more. I don't wanna stay here like rain on a Monday morning.
Rain on a Monday morning.
Like pain that just keeps on going on. Look at all the hate they keep on showing. I don't wanna see that. Look at all the stones they keep on throwing. I don't wanna feel that. Like sun that will keep on burning. And I used to be so discerning. Oh.
I liked the line about the rain on a Monday because for me that would be glorious. As I said, it's very hot here and I love the rain, but obviously for most people Monday is a very hard day. It's the beginning of the week. It's when things are really kicking up for them as far as responsibilities and stuff, and then to get rain, which to a lot of people feels dreary or just feels like they're trapped in their house, so it kind of compounds. I like the camera angle here for one because it does kind of feel like the world's just spinning around you, but at the same time I really like this uncomplicated style of music video because, don't get me wrong, I love the artistic flair of different videos and how they can portray different issues and stuff, but at the same time, black, white, simply seated, muted attire, when artists do this, you have no choice but to truly listen to the words of the lyrics and hear them. And I think that there's a lot to be said for that because it really accentuates how his voice and how the meaning of this can stand on its own. But nobody working on redefining themselves and getting back up after a long battle wants to deal with the judgment, which he was saying, the stone's thrown, or hatred. But oh, there are so many people just pining to dole this out, to dish this out, and it's unhelpful. People can't be bullied into healing.
In my recovery, in the sound of the sea, in the oceans of me. I designed my recovery.
I know that feeling right there.
And I can hear the choirs keep on singing. Tell me what they're saying. And I can hear the phone, it keeps on ringing. I don't wanna answer. I know that I used to listen. And I know I've become dismissive, but in my recovery, I'm a soldier at war. I have broken down walls. I designed my recovery.
I want to pause there for a second because there's so much to really pick apart about that. I used to answer the phone, I used to be very present. I used to be available for my friends. And there's the part of that that I think is when you start to shut off as the depression kicks in or the anxiety symptoms kick in, you tend to shut off. Or when you fall into, you tend to shut other people out. But there's also the part of it when you're in the recovery and when you're in that healing process where you kind of need to do things on your own. And sometimes that might mean shutting out other people and not being available to constantly deal with other people's issues, I suppose. I like that it doesn't specify, at least from my perspective, or imply what he's recovering from. And I think that's really cool because this could be drugs, this could be an eating disorder, this could be depression, this could be so many different things. It's written in such a way that the listener can superimpose their experiences onto the lyrics because they all seek the same healing, right? We're all seeking the same healing, and many of these people that are struggling with various addictions or various disorders like this share the same pains and the same struggles. And this song portrays the connectedness between those really flawlessly. Very impressed.
In the sound of the sea, in the oceans of me, I designed my
That was cool.
in my recovery, I'm a soldier at war. I have broken down walls. I designed my recovery. In the sound of the sea, in the oceans of me, I designed my recovery.
I love it. I think at the end he's just kind of okay, I did this, let's do this, I designed, I defined. I love that because nobody can really give us a map to our own healing. Nobody can really design that for us. Nobody can define what healing or recovery means for us. That can mean so many different things to different people who are on these paths, who are having these struggles. Recovery doesn't look the same. The end goal doesn't necessarily look the same for everyone, so it can be so different. And I really like that. He's on his own path. He's creating his own healing. And I really, really like that. I get the impression that assuming that he wrote these lyrics, I say he as in whoever wrote the lyrics, at some point stumbled into the shadows of one of these limiting behaviors. And again, I don't conclude that he I don't conclude to have pinpointed which one, which behavior, anything, but he's encouraging himself to keep pressing forward, to stay with your passion, which in this case was mentioned as songwriting, to keep overcoming, which is defined as soaring, as flying. That's overcoming. That's finding your strength to rise above. That's what I take soaring as, because in the depths of your own ocean are all the components you need, all the answers that you long for, and all the alternate paths that you have the choice to walk. That's all somewhere deep in you, and it is very vast. That's why I like the reference of an ocean, because it's so vast. There's so many options. There's so many different components that can help you in your healing inside of you right now, and it just takes tapping into those and being able to be curious and discover and explore those in yourself, explore your own path. And if one path doesn't work, there are so many others inside of you that you get to choose from. So I really love this. Thank you, Eric, so much for recommending this to me. It was quite poetic because I just had my 4-year recovery from self-harm and cocaine, so I really liked the poetic flow of the song, and I think it is really great not only for somebody who's going through that process, but just to validate someone who is kind of a veteran, who's been there for a while like myself. It was still very emotional and very deep for me. It did have a lot of meaning for me because, you know, I have designed and defined what recovery means for me, and that's really awesome, very empowering. Thank you so much. As always, guys, make sure you're sharing your stories here in the comments. That's how we shatter the mental health stigma, is by talking about it. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, share it, because there's so many people out there who are either in recovery and needing a little bit of inspiration, or who are interested in getting started and just need that little nudge in the right direction. So let's make sure that we're sharing the love. Thanks again to The Coldest for sponsoring this video. Stay cool this summer, stay hydrated. I love you guys so much. Mwah.